Today we're making a delicious, super easy cookie that comes together in a snap. You are going to flip out for this. There's tons of white chocolate chips in here and a lot of crushed candy cane, and it melts into this gooey amazingness in the oven and then hardens back up for a wonderful crunch and snap. Okay, let's get started. We're adding our dry ingredients into a bowl. I'm sifting it, kind of optional. You can just whisk it up if you want, but 150 grams or 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour to begin with. I love using a scale because there's a couple less dishes for me to wash. 150 exactly, set that aside. 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda and a nice pinch of salt. Give that sugar some contrast. Sift it up. If you wanted to add a little bit of cinnamon or allspice or nutmeg, feel free. Whisk it up, and we're gonna set aside and cream that butter and sugar together. 1/2 cup of butter, unsalted, room temperature, into a standing mixer fitted with a paddle attachment, but if you don't have one, you can use a hand mixer too. Not a big deal. Just cream it up. If you want to make a double batch of these cookies, it'll actually be easier because more butter creams up more easily, and you'll have more cookies to eat. All right, 1/2 cup of sugar into the stand mixer now. Beat it till it's light and fluffy. Feel free to scrape that bowl down. Scrape, 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 scrape. Now we're gonna continue mixing and add 1 room temperature egg in. It's so graceful, so elegant. Okay, mix it until it's incorporated. Scrape, scrape, scrape. Now for the flavorings. Add in 1/2 teaspoon, maybe a whole if you really want to go there, of vanilla extract. So that's 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Then 1/4 teaspoon of peppermint extract. I like to have a nice minty kiss to the cookie, but not like a breath mint, just like a little bit. It's very powerful stuff. That looks beautiful and whipped. Now it's time to add in our flour slowly-ish. Oh. Don't let that mixer go too fast. On low. Thank you. Do some housekeeping over here. I know that there's like a scraper paddle attachment that people have been recommending, and I want to buy it, but I've just been very forgetful. It's the holidays and I'm in overdrive. Okay. That's coming together. Now we have to add in those white chocolate chips. Delicious. So now time for 3/4 cup about of white chocolate chips. I'm using these giant big ones. They're really pretty. In you go. You could also add in some chopped either toasted walnuts or toasted pecans. That would be delicious and give you a really beautiful bit of crunch, but not today. Okay, that's all mixed in just like for a second. Okay, transfer this into like some plastic wrap and just chill it. The last step before we chill our dough is to fold in some of this crushed candy cane. So here's what we're gonna do. Add them into a plastic bag after you take the wrappers off. You can seal it up or just fold it over. Now, get that aggression out. Or just start smashing. So satisfying. Okay, pretty good. So now let's measure out about 1/2 cup. And we're gonna have a little bit extra to dip them in at the end, right before they go into the oven. It's like that beauty little cheat shot that everyone uses with chocolate chips where you pop a few on top. Same deal with this white peppermint. This is gonna look so festive. So just sprinkle that in there. That made me happy just seeing that. Just fold it in. I'm gonna transfer this to chill for maybe like 10 or 20 minutes. You actually don't have to do that. You can go straight to scooping it onto the baking sheet and then chill it. Up to you. You could also just put this in the fridge, forget about it for a few days, and have delicious cookies at the ready. Into the fridge, we'll be back in a moment. My dough chilled out, I did some dishes, let's get to scooping. If you have a little ice cream scoop, it is amazing. It will get a little messy, I'm warning you. Cookie ball dip. That's all you need. Plop it in there. You're just gonna repeat the process until all of your cookies are rolled out, but you could totally save some batter for later. You don't have to make them all now. Last one in. Okay. These are gonna bake for maybe like 6 or 7 minutes at 350, really fast, and you have to wait until they are set before you take them off of the baking sheet. Otherwise they'll break. Okay, into the oven. Out of the oven, and they're looking totally delicious, but I want them to be really round. So here is the blogger's trick. Use a circle cutter. You're gonna place it over here and just tighten them up really quickly. Just shape them up, and everyone will be impressed. None the wiser about this whole misshapen cookie situation. You just have to work really quickly. Some of these are not gonna be savable. Sorry, cookies. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, cookies are shaped up. Let them cool. In the meantime, you can snack on this very, very hot cookie shard, and just be patient because if you try and lift them up, they'll just fall apart. They have to set. They have to be totally room temperature, not warm. Otherwise, they'll just be really malleable and break apart. That's tasty. Okay, these are just ready. I'm cheating, and I lifted that silicone baking mat up so I could pry the cookie off without breaking it, because I'm totally not patient enough to wait the whole period of time you're supposed to wait. By the way, those silicone baking sheets are so handy. I have Silpats, but you can get any brand. They really just help the cookie not brown too much on the bottom. They lift off really easily every single time. Okay. Oh my gosh, that was just so good. It's so good. The white chocolate is gooey and molten, and the candy canes are really crunchy with a little minty kiss. This cookie is all of your holiday dreams come true, except for the presents that you wanted that no one bought you. All right, thanks so much for watching. I hope you get a chance to make this recipe. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and hit that like button and subscribe.